Right, we are recording. So again, my name is Eric Johnson. I'm super excited to be with you guys here tonight. I am the creator of Teamzy and the CEO of the company, and I'm just really excited to present to you guys. You guys don't know, we've really been fans of Monat for a while, and you guys were actually one of the first networks that we spun off to. But we put it there, and we just waited for you to find it because the network was so new. We couldn't really target you guys with Facebook ads and things like that yet. So it's kind of fun. I'm excited to be presenting to this team tonight. I know you guys are going to love Teamzy. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take you through a training first on relationship marketing, which is the philosophy behind Teamzy. Okay, because Teamzy is more than just a tool that makes you incredibly efficient in your business. It's actually based on the concept of building relationships. And it's a little different. Our approach is a little bit different than anything else really you'll find out there in this industry. I'll take you through that training, and then I'll take you into Teamzy. I'll show you how to set the thing up. I'll show you how to crush a power hour, really less 30 minutes. We call it a power hour. I'll show you how in that process you could easily connect with 20 people in about 15, 20 minutes, how you could start conversations, take those conversations through, invite them to learn more about the business, and how to follow up on those invites like a pro. I'll teach you guys all that, the whole process, from taking a prospect to that first message all the way through to becoming part of your team, okay? And then we'll do an open Q&A at that point. You guys can ask me anything. Sound good? All right. Just a little fair warning. I see a couple of you guys have wine. That's a great idea because listening to me train sometimes is like taking a sip of water from a fire hose. You may need something like that. But again, we are recording the call, so don't worry if you miss stuff. All right, you guys ready? Where's my presentation? Here we go. Let me get this guy started. So this is what we're going to be talking about first, how to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss, okay? A little bit about my backstory for those of you guys who don't know me. I come from the background of being a business consultant and coach for the past 15 years. I've been helping people build their business, training, teaching. We started Teamzy just a couple of years ago, kind of out of a need. Now, just a little bit of my story. I, for a while, was a Beachbody coach. Oh, I thought I had a slide with a picture of me with my before and after, you know, like from fat to fabulous. I guess it's not in this presentation. I started as a Beachbody coach, and just kind of for fun, I enjoyed the products. How many of you guys are here because you liked the products and you decided, I want to share these? Yeah. And so as a business consultant, I thought, you know, if I'm going to actually make something of this business, I need to leverage my time. I need to be efficient. I need to figure out how I can do this in less than an hour a day. And so I started looking for the professional tools that exist in a lot of industries. And in our industry, there just wasn't anything there. Now, there were a couple of tools, but the problem with them is, like so many software things, they were super complicated. How many of you guys hate complicated software things? It was super complicated. It wasn't based on relationships. It was based on this whole like go for no icky thing that seems to be really popular. How many of you guys have done the go for no thing? We'll talk about that a little bit as we go. Don't worry. That's not what I'm going to teach you guys tonight. So long story short, we built Teamzy because there wasn't anything out there for us and we really needed it. And just some quick stats on it. We're 2 years old. We've helped 50,000 network marketers through Teamzy in 2 years. And our average users right now, guys, are averaging 21 new customers and 9 new recruits over 90 days. Okay. All right. And those are our active users. And by active user, it's basically what I'm going to show you tonight. I'm going to show you kind of like the average amount of activity that those guys are doing. All right. So let's jump into this presentation. What is relationship marketing? What is relationship marketing? Relationship marketing is a lead generation system. Okay. It's a lead generation system. That's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. All right, I'm telling you guys this right here at the outset because I want you to know it's not just like a kumbaya, we like people and we're nice to people. It's relationship marketing. It's actually a system that's going to generate predictable income and predictable business. But I want you guys to have a mindset shift at the beginning. Your business is not marketing and sharing amazing hair products. That's not your business. Your business is lead generation, okay? This is your principle. You are in the lead generation business. That means that it doesn't matter how busy you were today, helping customers, making sales, recruiting people. If you're not doing the activities that generate new leads for your business, you didn't work on your business today, okay? And it's just a mindset shift. I tell people that doing your power hour, doing your income producing activities, it's like feeding your children. How many of you guys have kids? How many of you guys have ever missed a day feeding your children? Have you ever missed a day feeding your children? No, but how many have missed a day feeding your business? Okay, and it's just getting in that mindset that this is what we do, is we feed the business every day just like we feed our kids. Now, Teamzy is going to make it easy, so it'll only take 30 minutes. It's actually a lot less time than feeding your kids. All right, let's keep going. Here's another principle for you. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Okay, so we generate leads, in other words, meet new people, right? Bring new people into our business so that we can develop a relationship with them. That's the goal. So the goal is to deepen relationships with everybody you already know and to meet new people and deepen relationships with them. If that's your focus, guys, and you understand that that's your duty as a business owner, you're going to do great. Okay. Then what we do is we turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. Okay. We turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. I'm going to kind of demonstrate that to you guys as we go. One more principle. Well, not one more. I've got a few more for you guys. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Okay. In other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't going to work. Okay. If you're a jerk, this ain't going to work. That's, by the way, you guys can use that in your recruiting meetings if you want. Let them know right up front. If you're a jerk, this ain't going to work. Have you guys met people in this business who you don't trust? Maybe not in Monat, right? In other networks. Yeah, there's a lot of people in this business that are not trustworthy. And a lot of the traditional training for how to build a network marketing business deserves to not be trusted because it's a little bit shady. Relationship marketing depends on trust. But here's the cool thing. Trust makes the work fun. Makes it fun. If somebody trusts you even just a tiny bit, you don't have to convince them. You don't have to sell them. You can get right to helping them, right? Have you guys experienced this with people that are like, just help me, get me what I need. Also, it takes away that icky feeling. You know, the icky salesperson feeling? How many of you guys are just never want to be the icky salesperson? If there's trust and if you build a little trust, then you don't have to worry. That's not an issue. Also, you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. So instead of going for no, where it's like you're churning through your friends and family, looking for someone who's interested, most of them won't be when the first time you ask them. So you throw them over your shoulder like a dead body and move on, right? That's what the whole go for no thing feels like. And then people say things like, well, Eric, I've gone through my warm market. Now what? How did you go through your warm market? Like you went through your mother? Like now what? You don't have a relationship anymore? I'm going to tell you guys that with relationship marketing, you're not looking to figure out who's interested or not and then throwing them away. You're building a relationship. You're serving. You're helping. You're putting the people before the sale and you're creating yeses. Does that make sense? You're creating yeses. I just want you guys to understand this. And there are going to be people even in your network that say that Eric Johnson guy's full of crap because he's contradicting what I'm saying. But I'm telling you that any human being with a brain in their head is going to say no to your opportunity if you walk up to them and say, I've got a great opportunity. You want to see it? How many of you guys were like that? So people, your best people, your builders, your superstars, if you walked up to them and asked them to do it, they're probably going to say no. I just want you guys to understand that. Okay? Not all. Some people have been looking for an opportunity, but I just want you guys to know. That's why we work on relationships. That's why we figure out how to help people. That's why we build trust with people. So how do you build trust? I'm going to give you guys the 4 essential ingredients to building trust. Okay? The 4 essential ingredients to building trust. If you're not taking notes, you definitely want to get started on taking notes on this stuff. The first is chemistry. I'll go through them real quickly and then I'll break them out for you guys. Chemistry. The second is character. The third is competence. And the fourth is consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. Okay, let's talk about each one really quick. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay, chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? I won't go too deep into this. I think you guys probably get this one really quickly. But here's the thing. It's hard to trust somebody you don't like. Is that true? It's hard to trust somebody you don't like. And one of my great mentors of all time, Zig Ziglar. How many of you guys have heard of Zig Ziglar or read any of his stuff? He always said, hey, people prefer to do business with somebody they like. So you got to find the common ground with people. And the cool thing is you've got common ground with everyone. You just got to ask questions and figure out what it is. So many of us right now are looking at what's different about us, right? Social media, everything, like we're focused on what's different. Figure out what you have in common with people. That's how they'll relate to you. 2, character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Okay, character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. I want you guys to notice something about this definition of character. It's not something you have, it's something you do. Okay, it's not something you have, it's something you do. A lot of times we think character is just something that has been bestowed upon us. Like, you know, and how dare you question my integrity? If you have not been demonstrating your care to people, they should. Okay, so you have to ask yourself, am I doing this? Did I show character today? Make sense? 3rd, competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Okay, competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Can I trust you to get me the right product for what I need? Do you know what you're talking about? Right? And so that's step 1. That's why there's 2 pieces of this. Step 2 is, wow, I love these products. If I join this business, are you competent to mentor me in this business? I need to know this. With me? Anybody on the call new, kind of new? Well, I can't see everybody. I can only see like the 4 people that Zoom shows me while I'm presenting. But here's what I want you guys to know. Have you ever been told just fake it till you make it? Anyone ever hear that before? Fake it till you make it. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do it. Remember, this is about trust. You got to be authentic. You got to be you. Don't fake it. People know when you're faking it. First and foremost, you know, in this business, we start with the people we already know, and they know who you are. You can't fake it. But here's the thing. You don't need to. Competence is something you demonstrate. If you don't have it yet, you talk about your team. You lean into the competence of your team. Hey, I'm new. I'm learning. But you know what? My team, the leadership on my team, they know everything. And together, we're going to plug into those guys. Okay, lean into the competence of your team until you have it yourself. Teach your people when you build your team to lean into your competence. Please don't let them fake it. As soon as they start violating the trust, this whole thing falls apart. Make sense? Here's your principle on this before I move to the 4th one. When someone's going to do business with you, they only really care about 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? These are the unspoken emotional needs that people have when they're relating to you in your business. And when they have any sort of objection, it's coming from this. Now, they might not think it. It may be happening in their subconscious mind. Usually it is. But when there's objections, you have to understand that relationship still needs work. You still have to build trust with them. Make sense? So as you guys become really good at overcoming objections and somebody still signs up on your team, you know, like, okay, I overcame that objection, help them get over themselves. Now I need to continue working on that relationship, because if these questions are not answered at a deep level for them, they'll quit. Some of you guys still need these answered for yourselves. Okay. Next, 4, consistency. Consistency. Does anybody just get kind of like a little knot in their stomach even when I say the word? Why is consistency so hard? But you know, we know it's important for everything, right? Any kind of success takes consistency. Did you guys know that failure takes consistency too? It's our bad habits that lead us where we don't want to be, right? And we did them consistently. So it's not always a bad thing. But here's the thing I want you guys to know. How many of you guys are parents? Most of you, right? Is being consistent with your kids important for building trust? Yeah, it's actually, we understand that, and it's true with everybody. I want you guys to get this principle right here. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. When you, how many of you guys are pretty active on social media? You guys post pretty regularly? Do you ever have people tell you that they're inspired by your posts? Hopefully, right? If you're doing it, you're working it. What is it about you do you think that's so inspiring? I mean, are you like, is there something special about you that other people don't have? It's your consistency that's inspiring, guys. People see you doing something consistently. They respect it. They want to be near it. It draws people to you. The cool thing about being consistent is that not only does it help you be successful, but it brings more people to you. People want to be near consistency and they trust it. Make sense? So if you struggle being consistent for your own sake, start doing it to build trust in others. Okay? All right, here's this book. This is a great book. It's called Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Dr. Robert Cialdini. Here, I'll show you what it looks like on the screen. I'm showing it to you because I lifted this principle to paraphrase from his book. And this is an amazing, if you guys do personal development, which I hope you do, put this on your list. This is just one of 6 laws of social interaction. So great. Okay, I can make it flash for you. All right, so my question for you, as Zig Ziglar would say, your checkup from the neck up starts now. Are you consistent in your relationships? I know you guys already said, yeah, you're posting on social media, and you're doing all those great things, right? You're using your products, you're part of your product, but are you consistent with your relationships, right? As you are doing all those things. And this is where the rubber hits the road. You know, social media is the most amazing tool ever given to us as far as building a business. But a lot of times we lean on it. We lean on it thinking that we can kind of connect with everybody at once. The truth is that connection happens one-on-one. So are you as consistent about staying in touch with people? Here's your principle. People won't believe you till they see you. People won't believe you till they see you. I'm just going to give you an example, okay? I'm posting on my thing, hey, this is amazing. I'm doing this new business. It's great. Come join me. Oh, it's so great. And you're posting this lifestyle. People love it. And there are a lot of people watching you like a TV show on your social media feeds. Is that true? And like maybe 5% of them actually interact on your posts, right? Now, the other 95%, it's not that they don't like what you're posting. They're just watching you. You're like a TV show. They don't believe you are inviting them personally. And why would they? They haven't heard from you since high school. Right? They haven't. Well, but we're friends on Facebook and I post all the time and they just don't believe you. Does that make sense? Guys, there are people who would be really, people are going to be so excited to hear from you. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to get you fired up on this call. You're going to start messaging them and you'll see what I mean. All right, so let's get into this. Relationship building, it's a contact sport. It's a contact sport. It means you need to be in contact with people. But I know your time is scarce. I'm going to show you actually how you can be in contact with people easily with Teamzy. Okay, here's one more principle that you guys need to understand. And then we're going to jump into Teamzy and we'll set it up. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Okay, investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. I'm just going to give you a real quick example on this because this is a big, important principle for you guys to get. How many of you guys have ever received like a really great card from somebody? You know, like somebody that you really care about. They sent you like, I don't know, a birthday card or whatever card, and a lot of it was blank and they wrote a beautiful message in it. Did you guys ever get a card like that? How many of you guys are married? Hopefully you're the ones that said you got a card like that because somebody's in trouble, right? Okay, when you get a card like that, it actually has an emotional impact, doesn't it? I mean, we can be emotionally impacted by that. And then after you read that card and it's touching and you feel that emotion, then what? You just crumple it up, throw it in the trash, right? You guys save those cards, right? You have like a special place where you stick all those cards. They're hard to throw away. In fact, when people pass away, their family usually treasures the cards and letters more than anything else that they have. Isn't that true? Isn't that amazing that something like that can have a lingering impact like that? In fact, if you go right now, like after this call, I challenge you guys to do this. Go to your special place and pull some cards out from years ago and read them and see if it doesn't have a similar emotional impact now that it did the first time you read it. It's cool, right? Now, second question. How many of you have ever received something like this? This is a birthday postcard. See, it's from my insurance agent. You guys ever get one of these? Now it looks like it's handwritten, guys, but it's not handwritten. It's printed handwriting, okay? And it's nice. Thank you for your business and the opportunity to help your life go right. So you guys get these, right? Your chiropractor, your dentist, your doctor. And then what happens? Does this go into that special place with those other cards? You have no problem throwing this one away. No problem. Does it even make it in the house, or do you guys pass the recycling bin on the way? Here's the thing. What's the difference? This has no value. The other ones are the most prized things we have. This has no value. The difference is this, guys, the investment of time. This took no time. And it's nice, but it's not valuable. The same thing goes for a post on social media. It's nice, but it took no time, no personal time, so it doesn't have a lot of value. When you send somebody a note card, they treasure it because you invested time. You're the most precious thing you have. A billionaire has the same amount of time as you. Are you with me? And that's why you'll hold on to a card forever. By the way, just a little side note. If I told you I was going to teach you a class on what marketing collateral you could use in your business that nobody would ever throw away, would you sign up for that? I just told you it's a handwritten card. Okay, so if you're not doing that in your business, incorporate that into some of the stuff you're doing because it's a big deal to send somebody a handwritten card. People just don't do it anymore. Okay? All right. So I think I beat the dead horse on this point, but I am going to show you guys you don't need to just write letters all the time, even though that's probably the maximum impact type message. But even just sending somebody a Facebook Messenger message as opposed to just doing a post means a big deal because you invested time in them. Make sense? All right, so we're going to show you how to do that in Teamzy in a second. I think I have one more slide, and then we'll jump into Teamzy and set it up. I did this one. Well, you can see it again because it's important. Okay, so what you need is a system. You need a way to stay in contact with all your relationships. I mean, you could apply everything I just taught you, but without a system, you're going to get bogged down in the time it takes. I'm going to show you how to stay in contact with all of your relationships, guys, even if you have thousands of them in less than an hour a day. You're going to know when to contact them. In other words, you're not going to spend hours trying to plan your power hour and try to figure out who to connect with. You're just going to know. It's just going to tell you who to contact. You need a system that tells you what to say so that you don't spend all day coming up with the perfect message, right? I'll show you. We've got some great icebreaker scripts just to start a conversation so you can get things started. And then you want to make sure that nobody falls through the cracks. How many of you have had somebody fall through the cracks? It's brutal, right? Even when you see somebody sign up with somebody else that you started a conversation with, it's like, oh my gosh, look, that's not their fault. You guys, you planted the seed with them. You might have even watered it and put some sunshine on it. But when they were ready for harvest, you weren't there. They fell through the cracks and somebody else was. Okay? You need a system like this so that doesn't happen. All right, let's jump out. Let's look at Teamzy. I've got my brand new account. Just started it tonight. My Monat special account of Teamzy. Here it is. Boom. See, it's not even set up yet. I just put some contacts in it so we can play with it. First thing I want you guys to know is this. If you're not already using Teamzy, we give a free 30-day trial. It's completely free. We don't ask for your credit card or anything, okay? We just want you to use it for free and so that you can fall in love with it. And if you use it, you'll fall in love with it. And then you'll be happy to be a subscriber with us. Free for 30 days. Go to teamzy.com and start that free trial if you haven't done it. Okay, when you first come into the free trial, and then it'll ask you what company you're with, pick Monat, and you'll get the customized version, okay? All right, the first time you drop into your free trial, it will put you inside a setup wizard, which helps you set it up. I've dismissed that setup wizard, but I can get to it again by going to the settings up here in the top right. All right, so now we're in the setup wizard. I'm just gonna walk you guys through this. You can sign up for Facebook Messenger updates if you want so that you can get little tips through your trial. We do that because we know you don't read emails, right? How many emails have you got today that you haven't read yet? A lot. Hundreds. It's like overwhelming. I have this app that lets me delete like 150 at a time. It's pretty cool. That's why we don't rely on email in our business. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. 3 things. We're going to set an income goal. You set the number. Teamzy will tell you what to do to achieve it. Okay? Then we're going to create a powerful why. That way you'll know why you're in the game and you won't want to quit. And then we're going to get all your contacts into Teamzy so that they're in one place, organized, as my kids would say, super mega organized. Okay? Let's get started. So set an income goal. You get here, you get an empty box. Just put a number in. This is the income level you would like to be at a year from now. Okay? 12 months from now. If you guys already are making great income in your business, then this is the amount of money you want to increase that by in 12 months. Okay? All right, I'm going to put 150,000 in as my number. Is that the right amount of zeros? Yes. All right, next. Now Teamzy's crunched the numbers. It's telling me that I need to reach out to 4,348 people over the next 12 months to hit that number. That's a pretty good amount of people, right? How many of you guys were planning on connecting with 4,000 people over the next 12 months? Maybe, maybe not. But that's a pretty big goal that I set as well. But if you need to eat an elephant, how do you do it? Anyone know this one? Yeah, one bite at a time. I love it that you guys know this stuff. This is great. One bite at a time. The next page is going to break it down for me. It breaks it down into 3 groups: prospects, customers, and market partners. Okay? And then it breaks it down yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily. Now I have a goal that I can chew on, a daily goal. I'm going to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 people on my team. That's 19 people. Guys, this is 20 minutes of work in Teamzy. Okay? I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, I've also got, these are connects. Just so you guys understand, when I say connect with, I'm not sending them a cold invite. I'm not sending them some weird offer video or anything on the first. I'm just connecting. Just, hey, how are you? I just want to make your day today. I just want to start a conversation. Make sense? It's just to connect. Now, I've also got a daily goal of sending 3 invites. 3 invites. An invite is when I invite them to a 3-way call, a business opportunity call, a meeting, an event, to try products, to learn more about the business. So just so you guys understand, as we're working relationally, I'm going to start 19 conversations. Some of them are just to develop relationships on my team. And out of those, I'm going to create 3 opportunities to talk about my business. And the rest, it's like catch and release. The rest aren't ready yet for me to invite them. So I've moved the relationship along a little bit and I keep going. Make sense? So in this, now I got to change this, guys. I'm super anal. I don't want it to be 19. I want it to be an even 20 people a day. So you can change these to anything you want just by overriding them, okay? So now it's 10 plus 6 plus 4, that's 20. So in this example, guys, I'm going to reach out to 20 people a day, and I'm going to invite 3, which means I'm going to be adding 3 people to my follow-ups list. By Friday, I've got 15 people I'm working with. I've talked to 100 people, and I've got 15 people I'm working with that I'm following up on for my business. Does that make sense? How many of you guys would like in 5 days to have 15 active leads in your business? Okay. I'm telling you, this system is going to build that pipeline for you, and you don't have to be icky, and it's going to be fun. All right. Ads, the last box here, this is new people that you're meeting or adding to your list. Okay. So these are new people you're meeting or adding to your list. They could just be people you know that you haven't put on your list yet. That's how you cheat in the beginning, but then eventually you got to meet new people. All right. Whatever you put in these boxes, guys, click continue and it goes to the next page. And this will set your dashboard goals based on these goals. So each one of you will have a customized dashboard just for your own personal targets. Make sense? Now we're going to talk about finding your why. This is really important. And I really want you guys to kind of zoom in with me right now. You've heard people talk about your why. How many of you have heard some leader in this business say you need to know your why? Yeah, everyone says that, right? And it's like, yeah. How many of you guys have it written, like a written why statement? Anyone? Oh, awesome. A few of you guys do already. Here's the thing I want you guys to know. It's okay if you don't. And most people get overwhelmed by this because it's kind of like this weird hippy dippy thing. Like, how do I get to this? And as somebody who's spent 15 years in the industry of helping people grow and build their business, I've been through all the trainings, I've been to all the seminars, and some of this stuff is way too mystical. Honestly, it's not that big a deal because here's why. Your heart already knows why. You just need to get it up to your head. It needs to be in front of you as something that will be in your face calling BS when you try to deny your heart. Make sense? Now, I've got a simple system. We built it into Teamzy. It's 5 questions. It's just to get your mind working. I'll take you through it really quick. I'm going to share my story as an example. It gets your mind working to uncover and get you. And it's a great tool, by the way, when you recruit people to your team, to ask them these questions and help them uncover their why. Because here's what you guys need to understand. 1 out of 2 people in this business quits the first year. 1 out of 2 people in this business quits the first year. And it's brutal. You work really hard to recruit people to your team, and then poof, they're gone. The reason people quit is because they don't have a why. They don't know why they're in it, right? You have to go deep. It has to be deep. You know, I love this. I love the analogy that Darren Hardy does in his book, The Compound Effect. Anyone read that one? He says if he puts a beam across the ground, you know, like a 50-foot beam, would you walk across that beam for $20? Yeah, I would. Now, if I put that beam between the roofs of 200 floor skyscrapers, would you walk across that beam for $20? The same task, right? No way. Now, what if the other building was on fire? Would you do it now for $20? No way. What if your kids were on that roof of the building that was on fire? Now you would. What's the difference? The why. You just need to understand how powerful this is. It's the why that matters. Willpower is a myth. There's no such thing as willpower. There's only why power. Make sense? And once you go uncover that, you guys, you can do anything in this business. Okay, let me jump in here and take you through this. Sorry, the why is kind of a little passion tangent for me because as a coach, I want you guys to be successful. And I know the software is going to be really helpful, but without this, you're going to end up quitting and it's not worth it. Okay, so why'd you become a market partner? Why'd you start? Now, in my case, I jumped in the business because I found products that I loved and they literally changed my life. I lost a bunch of weight. I got healthier. And people were asking me about it constantly. What are you doing? You look great. What are you doing? You look great. And I would tell them all day long what I'm doing. My wife finally kind of smacked me in the head and said, you should be a distributor for them because you tell people all day long about it. You don't get paid for that. That made sense. Makes sense to you guys? How many of you guys signed up because you're like already talking about it? You might as well get paid for it. So it wasn't a deep reason. That's why I joined. I'll make some extra money. What do you hope to accomplish? The next question. I wanted to make $500 a month. That's it. $500 a month. Okay. I remember asking my sponsor, do you think I can make $500 a month extra? He said, yeah. I said, great, sign me up. Next question, why is that important to you? See, he never asked me this, but what I wanted to do with that $500 is I wanted to put it in the bank. I wanted to save it, okay? Now, just to kind of give you guys a little backstory, because we all have one, right? If you're talking to somebody and they say something like, oh, I need $300 a month, you got to find out why, because there's going to be a deep reason there if you keep digging. In my case, I wanted to put the money in the bank. It was psychological. I needed it. Why? I come from the business of coaching people in their business. I told you guys this. Specifically, I worked with real estate people for years. Man, and business was good. The real estate market went up, up, up. Sky's the limit. Every year we grew 20, 30. Some years we grew 40% in our business. Then what happened? You guys remember the Great Recession? How many of you guys remember that all too well? Real estate overnight disappeared. As an industry, it almost completely was gone for 6 months. In the state of California, where I live, 2 million people quit the business. Isn't that crazy? It was rough. And in my company, we were laying people off left and right. I mean, it was like daily. As a leader in my company, it was every Friday, we figured out how many customers we had lost and how many employees needed to be cut. It was heartrending. And eventually I was on the chopping block too, and I lost my job. Here I was, the sole provider for my family. And I had been doing the same thing for 10 years. So now I'm thinking, well, how do I do something else? Like half the country did, trying to find a job, and I'm not here to complain about that. By God's good grace, I found work and we made it through the recession intact. But we used our savings and we weren't able to put any savings away anymore. And a couple of years later, I was able to get my old job back and get back into my old career and things started going great again. But here we were, we still weren't saving money. Anybody ever feel that way? Like it's like no matter what you do, you just can't save a dime. I was 6 years since I had put anything in my savings account. And I just thought, man, if I can make $500 a month doing this business, I could start putting it in the savings account. That would feel great. Next question. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? And when I was confronted with this question, I thought, you know what I would do with that money? I would buy a new house for our family. I'd get us a new house. How many of you guys wish you had a new house? I wanted a new house. We had a small home. We have 4 kids, Rottweiler. At that time, we had 2 Rottweilers. And there was just, every room was filled with toys and creatures. You guys relate to that? Or laundry. And there was nowhere to go. We were just like on top of each other. Our house in the recession went $250,000 underwater on the mortgage. So there was no selling it. We'd have to write a check or give it to the bank, which I didn't want to do. So I just felt like, man, I just need to start chipping away and saving some money. And I would love to buy a house. Next question, last one here. Why is that meaningful? Why is that meaningful? How does it make you feel? Guys, when I thought about this one, I thought, is it meaningful? I mean, a bunch of you raised your hands. Do you think it's meaningful to buy a new house? It's not like I'm going on a missions trip to Africa to save the needy children, right? Or on some sort of amazing cause. I just wanted a new house. And here's what I realized when I started thinking about how it made me feel. This wasn't an issue of needing a house. It was an issue of a family. You know, the home symbolizes your family. I realized what was really happening in my heart, and I hadn't given it a thought because it was happening inside, was I wasn't there for my family. I was working all the time. I would get up in the morning before the sun rose and I would kiss my kids goodbye. They're still in their PJs. I'd go to work. I'd come home in the evening. They were already in the bathtub after dinner, getting ready for bed. I never saw my kids. I was missing it. And here I was working all the time at a job where there was no more, I couldn't climb any farther. I was at the top and I hadn't been able to save a dime in 6 years. I was completely stuck. And you know what? I can't complain because we had a good life, and a lot of people would have said, you need to be grateful for what you have. And I was very grateful for what I had, but we were stuck. And I just felt like I was going to miss my entire kids growing up, you know, if I didn't do something else. This process kind of woke me up. In 10 minutes, I went from, you know, I got a great job, whatever, I'll do this thing on the side, make 500 extra bucks. 10 minutes later, I said, wait, my job is my extra money. This is the vehicle to get me out of being stuck. Oh my gosh, I can build this business and create the life that we always wanted. And meanwhile, those suckers are going to keep paying me my salary. It flipped the switch on what was possible for me, guys. And I understood my why. My why was getting out of the rut we were in. My why was being with my family, being part of my kids growing up, being the dad and the husband that I always wanted to be. It was something important, and it was something more important than not feeling like doing the job today. And so I wrote my very first why statement, which when you go into Teamzy, it's kind of in gray. It's the sample. This is actually my why statement that I wrote doing this process. And it's this: my why, to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. That was my why. Now, you guys, you need to write yours in this last box. See, all these other boxes are just for you to think. This last box, whatever you write in there, I'll just put some text in so you see. It will publish on your dashboard so you can read it every day before you do your power hour. Okay, and I recommend reading it out loud. Here's the thing. For me, everything changed when I put that in writing. I left my job within 3 months to work full-time on my business. I had nowhere to work on my business at home. Do you guys remember? My house is too small. I went to Home Depot. I got one of those tough sheds. I ordered one, and I had it dropped in my backyard. No foundation or anything. They put a couple of beams down and dropped it. I ran an extension cord out to that sucker, and I put a desk in it that I made out of pallets, put a Mac on it, and the Wi-Fi, I got a Wi-Fi extender, plugged it in out there in the extension cord, and I started building my business in the shed. We called it the shed quarters, the shoffice. And when we sold our house last spring, it was so sad to leave the shed quarters because I wanted to take it with us. Someday we'll put it like the Teamzy headquarters foyer, right? You walk into the shed where the business started. But it just made it happen. The why was there. I understood now what I needed to do. And the days where I didn't feel like doing 30 minutes in Teamzy to connect with people, how many of you guys have those days all the time? You got to read that why out loud and then confront yourself. In my case, well, I don't feel like doing this. Does that mean I don't want to be with my kids? I don't want to be present for them growing up. Does this mean that I need to be worried about money again? Let me just get it done. Make sense? Don't skip this part. I know I spent too much time on it probably. Sorry, guys. I'm passionate about it. I want you to be successful. And I want you guys as leaders to help your team through the same process. And you'll find people stick to the business more, and you can actually help them achieve their goals. Make sense? All right. The last step for setup is getting your contacts imported. You're going to want to go to your back office and get your downline imported, just like your first level people to start. Get all your customers brought into Teamzy. Get your Facebook friends brought into Teamzy, which is awesome because now you're not going through Facebook Messenger trying to remember who to connect with. It's all going to be organized for you. Okay? Get all your contacts in. Now, there's a couple of videos here that will help you. I'm going to show you guys also. I'm going to skip the wizard real quick. The Help Center over here on the left side of Teamzy. This Help Center has much more. Has more videos and help tips. And then if you keep scrolling, there's all kinds of FAQs. Okay, so if you get stuck, you can come here and see. Most likely the question's been asked. You also can join our Facebook community, talk to everyone there. And then there's this help button down here, which gets our team right on top of it, okay? So we're gonna give you all the help you need. We'll even go as far, if you guys are super tech challenged like I am, we'll set up a one-on-one Zoom call with someone on our team who will take you through it personally, okay? All right, so once we get it set up, oh wait, I've got one more step for setup. I forgot to show you. So the last thing we're gonna do when we bring in our lists is we're gonna rank our relationships. We're gonna rank them, okay? So I'm gonna jump over to the team page where my whole list lives. Here's the team page. And this will automatically, look at this. Have you ranked? Take me to ranking. All right, so let's do that. I'm gonna read this, what this means. I love that, Teamzy's so helpful, look at that. So we're gonna rank people on a 5-star scale, you guys. A 5-star scale, which means 5 is awesome and 1 is not awesome. Does that make sense? Yes, you guys know how this works. Here's what we typically mean. A 5-star is someone most likely to become a customer or market partner, or an existing customer or market partner that's a rock star. 5-star people are gonna show up on your list every 30 days to connect. Just to connect, hey, how are you? What's going on? Let's connect. What are you up to? Every 30 days to build that relationship, okay? 4 stars are someone likely to become a customer or a market partner with a little nurturing, all right? Or they're already on your team as just a consistent, solid person. They're gonna show up on your list every 60 days, okay? Every 60 days. You think you're gonna have a lot of 5 stars, but you won't have a lot of 5 stars. Every month is really often to connect with people. 3 stars, everyone's gonna start as a 3-star because they could go either way. You just don't know. They could go either way, okay? And 3-star people are gonna be showing up every 90 days. Every 90 days. This system, guys, helps you prioritize your relationships so you can prioritize your time. You need to spend more time with the best people, okay? If you don't prioritize your time first, the turkeys steal it. And turkey is a very generous word. You know what I wanna say, right? They steal it. They steal your time. You got to set aside time for the best people. 2 stars are getting colder. They're every 120 days. Okay, so you guys get the idea on what the star rankings mean. The higher the ranking, the more often you're going to connect with that person. Once you set this up once, you guys, once you set this up once, you never have to think about it again. Teamzy will automatically tell you who to connect with every day. You never have to plan your power hour ever again. So here's how you rank. My list is in rank mode right now. Okay, after you do an import, it's automatically here. You can turn this on anytime through this little menu right here, these 3 dots. You can set it up to rank mode, see right there. When it's in rank mode, you just scroll down the list and you just click. Oh, he's a 4. Oh, he's a 2. And she's trash, I want to delete her. She's not trash, but I'm putting her in the trash can. You know what I mean. I just wanted to show you guys how easy it was to delete somebody. All right, so you just scan down your list. Now, if you've got 10,000 people and you're overwhelmed by the ranking and it'll keep you from starting connecting, that's a bad excuse. Just at least do a quick scan and try to cherry pick your best people as 4s and 5s, okay? If you don't have time to do the whole thing. Now, if you're like me, I'm the kind of person that when I move into a new house, I don't want to go to sleep until everything's unpacked. If you're like me, go get a nice glass of wine or an adult beverage or whatever you like to drink, put on some relaxing music, like for me it might be some Frank Sinatra or something, right? And just do it. Go through and rank it. You can do it on your phone, an iPad, while you guys are watching TV. My wife and I watch TV and she never actually watches. She sits with me and does stuff on her phone the whole time. How many of you guys do that? All right, once you're done with this, you don't have to save or anything. It auto saves. You can just click away and it's done. I'm gonna go back to the dashboard. We're ready to do our power hour. You guys ready? All right. The center of the screen is the Who's Up Next module. This big box in the middle is where all the cool work happens. Okay, so I'll show you that real quick, then I'll give you a quick tour of the dashboard and we'll do it. The Who's Up Next has 2 halves. On the left side, I've got my lists, my prospects, my customers, my team, and my follow-ups. Okay, 4 lists. When I click on them, it just changes the view. The lists only show me 5 people at a time. That's on purpose. That's so I can't get overwhelmed and so I stay focused. If I give you 20 people, you guys know what you'll do. I'm gonna do number 1, number 6, number 8, and I'm gonna skip, right? So we wanna keep you focused on who's up next. And then on the right side, this is where you log your activity. So Alecia's first. So when I send a message to her, I'm gonna log it here, right? And I also can take a peek at her information if I need to, like what our past conversations were, her contact information, the names of her kids and stuff like that, and any notes I might have, okay? I have all that at my fingertips when I go to connect with her. Now I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. I just want to show you up here today's activities. These are the goals that we set and set up. Remember, our goal is to connect with 10 prospects, 6 customers, 4 market partners. They're all zeros because I haven't done anything yet today. This resets every single day. What day do you guys have control over? Just today, right? Teamzy is based on what you can do today. That's it. Your focus is small, so your business can be big. Make sense? Okay. All right. And then dailies, these are just little things you do outside of Teamzy that we know you need to be doing to be successful. So we put a checkbox there just to remind you and to bother you until you do them. So are you posting on social media today? Are you doing personal development work? Using products? Product to product. Are you taking care of your health? This is huge. People go, well, it's hair products. Why do I need to exercise? Here's what I want you guys to know statistically. The most successful people consistently exercise. Did you know that? Go look it up. You don't have to go do some crazy, what is that workout that everybody's doing right now? CrossFit. You don't have to go like CrossFit and kill yourself. Just like take a walk or something, right? By the way, personal development goes great with light exercise. Like, I love to do my Audible books while I'm walking my dog. It's great. And I say, well, I have to walk the dog. Dog loves it because I have to do the personal development. So it's a win-win. Okay. Let's do our power hour. This is what works. We're going to start left to right. Always go left to right. Look, if I had 20 follow-ups due today, it's so tempting because it's like, man, I might get a sale right now, but still start left to right, okay? Prospects first. You got to prospect every day. When you stop prospecting because you're busy, your pipeline will suddenly be empty. Make sense? So prospects. First person on my list is Alecia. Okay. Now, I might see somebody on this list, maybe we're Facebook friends or whatever, and I don't even remember who they are. Does that ever happen to you guys? Or maybe I do remember, but I feel really awkward because we've never even spoken, or I haven't spoken to her in 20 years. And here's the thing. If you get in this situation, you're like, I don't know how to start a conversation with this person. I want you just to do this. Go right here into this box where it says scripts, right in the bottom middle. See that? I have scripts in here that will help you start a conversation with anybody. They're super simple. Okay, they're not salesy. I'm going to go to Facebook because I'm going to message her on Facebook. Here's one right here. Connect number 1. Hi, Jane. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. This one is my favorite, but guys, I have sent this particular one word for word thousands of times. Now, you're going to take this and change the words a little to sound like you, but it works so great. Maybe it's this one. This is one I do if I don't know who they are, but I know we're Facebook friends. Is this one. Hey, hi, Jane. I just saw you cross my Facebook feed. I thought I'd say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. Then if they say, who are you? I'll say, I don't know, but we're Facebook friends. So I thought I'd say hi. What are you up to? Now, they will always know who you are. Usually, if you guys are posting regularly and you're working your business on Facebook, just so you know. Okay, that's why they're friends with you. So here's what I'll do. I'll copy that script. Now, I've got Facebook open up here in another tab. I'm going to send that message in a minute. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paste that into Teamzy where I'm going to log it. But I'm going to do it here so I can change the name. This is a pro tip. This way you don't send the wrong name. All right. So now what I'll do is I'll just grab that. I'm going to copy that real quick. I'm going to toggle over to Facebook. Watch how easy this is. You have to do it through Facebook. Facebook doesn't allow third-party apps to send messages for them. That's just one of their rules. Okay, so check this out. Send message. You guys are going to see how easy this is. Boom, paste, send. Done. I've sent a message to her. This is real time. I see her down there. She's can't wait to get to her computer and pull that message up. All right, so now I toggle back to Teamzy. Now let me just go ahead and log this. I forgot to select my activity. That was a Facebook message. Look, you have choices of all kinds of different communication, right? Facebook messaging is my absolute favorite form of communication, and I want you guys to know this really quick. It has the highest response rate by a factor of 10 of any other form of communication. It's true, even more so than text messages. And the cool thing about it is it has another advantage. If you're active on Facebook, they'll look at your feed before they respond in many cases. So they're interacting with you on 2 levels. And if they don't respond, they ignore it, they probably still went to your Facebook feed. Okay? So either way, you're top of mind and you're swimming around in their head today. Cool, right? Now, I'm just going to hit log connect. Boom, that message is now logged in Teamzy. Now I've gone from 0 to 1 on my prospects. Jay's the next person on my list. I'm going to do the same thing. Jay. Okay. I'm going to send her the message. I'm just going to use the same message. It's already on my clipboard. Change the name. Again, you can do the typing in Teamzy so you don't accidentally send the wrong name. I've sent the wrong name a few times. And, you know, it's a little embarrassing, but I usually just joke about it. I've got 4 kids and I never get their name right on the first try. How many of you guys have multiple kids and can't get their name straight? You have to go through the whole list every time. And most people get that. I'm like, I'm sorry, just call me Susan for the rest of the day. I still hope your day is awesome. They laugh. Okay, so that's sent. Now look, I'm going to go back to Teamzy. We're going to log that message. Okay, Facebook message, boom. Now I've got 2. Sue's the next one. I'll paste it here this time so I get the name right here and I don't mess it up. Just going to change the name. Do you guys see how I could do 10 of these in 10 minutes? Seriously. Right? Look, Facebook message logged. Wait, I need to actually send it though. Don't worry, I'm not going to do all 10. I think you guys get the idea. Sue and Jay work for Teamzy, so they're used to getting these at this time of night every day. All right, so those messages are sent. Look, I just did 3 in like 2 minutes, right? I've got 3. I'm just going to keep going down my list till I get to 7. I can change the script if I want. I can write something personalized if I want. But here's what I want you guys to know. Don't overthink the first message. The goal is to make their day. It's to make someone's day mindset, just to go, oh, that was really nice of him or her. And for them to think of you for a second and smile and hopefully respond. You can start a conversation, okay? And then you have a conversation, see where the conversation leads. As soon as I'm done with my prospects, I go to the next list, which is customers. I start connecting with them the same way. I'm going to go to Darlene, and I'm going to send her a message. Look, I'll go to scripts again. Now I've got, when I go in this time, I've got specific scripts for customers, okay? So I can ask something simple like, how are you enjoying the whatever product she's using, right? Please send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Or just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Oh my gosh, this one works so great. People go, you just did. You just made my day just by sending that message. And it feels so good, guys. But you got to be in touch with your customers. It's so important. I talk to so many people who aren't in regular contact with their customers. You guys, this is so huge. 3 reasons. 3 reasons why you absolutely must be in regular contact with your customers. And who do I mean by, let me just give you my definition of customer. Anyone who's ever purchased anything from you, okay? You gotta be in touch with them. First of all, it's your duty as a business owner. Like that's how you give service. You need to be in touch. It's just your duty. You own the business. They trusted you. They gave you money. Serve them. Number 2, if you are in touch with people regularly, they will order more product. I'm just saying it again so you guys know. If you're in touch with somebody regularly, they will order more product. A lot of people are afraid that people are going to cancel. A lot of businesses are afraid if they touch a customer, they're going to go, oh, I'm glad you called me. I want to cancel my order. If you're in touch with people regularly, they will order more product. Here's the thing I want you to know. If they're on a regular recurring order, do you guys have those? If they're on a recurring order, they'll retain longer. Your retention will go up. Because even if they were thinking of canceling, when they have an opportunity to talk to you about it, you have an opportunity to educate them and encourage them and maybe even find a better product match for them. Does that make sense? And that each one of those contacts builds more trust. So if you're doing this, your volume is going to go up. Your customers are going to be happier. If you teach your team to do this, guess what? The whole team's volume is going to go up. Good, right? Yeah, okay. The third and most important reason, I don't have a lot of time to go into it tonight, guys, but we have a training we have some trainings that are releasing in the university this week, and one of them is on this topic, is that people who are using your products and loving them, and I know you guys have a great product. One of my business partners uses your stuff. He was super excited about it. And he's got great hair, but he tells me it's thinning, or it was. Anyways, it was. Yes, go guys. But anyways, you've got great products. People are using your products. How many of you guys have customers who like it? Yeah. How many of you guys have seen a movie you like this year? Did you tell anybody about it? People who like something can't help it. It's like a hardwired need to tell other people about it, which means if you have customers who like these products, they already have people in their circle who are excited about them. They have people that are already ready to buy right now. I want you guys to think about that. You got to be in touch with your customers. You have to be asking them, do you have anybody that would be interested in learning more about these products? Oh, actually, you'll be amazed. They'll go, actually, I was talking to a couple of people at work yesterday about it. Great. You need to get introduced to those people, you guys. They're going to go buy it, and they're going to go buy it anyways, somewhere else. If you want it to be from you, you got to be in touch with your customers. Okay? All right. I'm done preaching on that one. Let me go back to Teamzy. So you're going to go down your customer list. In this case, I got the goal was 6. It'll take me 5 minutes. Bam, 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 bam. Staying in touch, staying in touch, staying in touch. Then I'm going to go to my team. I'm going to start connecting with my team. Hey, just seeing if there's anything you can do to make your day. Hey, I want to let you know I'm really proud of your numbers this month. They're awesome. Hey, I noticed that you haven't shown up in our group in ages. Can I help you in any way? Is there anything I can do? Or, hey, just saying hi, how are you today? Little messages like that are huge. You guys, as you build your team big, and I've talked to a lot of top leaders in this business, and the most excited they are about Teamzy is that they have a way to stay in touch with their team now. As your team grows big, if you have 3 or 4 people on your team right now, you're like, it's easy talking to my team. When your team grows big, it's going to be hard, but it's so important to have that personal relationship. The Facebook page is great, but that's not a relationship. A Zoom call is awesome, but it's not one-on-one. Okay, you guys are getting that now. A little message. Gosh, just real quick story. I was on back when I was a Beachbody coach, and I know you guys do it too because I saw it on Alicia's timeline today. They would give you you get a free vacation every week or every year. Like when you're doing your production, you get like this free vacation. Then I used to get these free vacations, loved it. And I was on a Caribbean cruise. It was the whole ship was Beachbody. I was there with my wife, and people knew me as the Teamzy guy at that point. And somebody came up to me and we were talking about Teamzy, and I said, hey, just a quick question. This particular person's sponsor was at the very top of our comp plan. It was like one of the celebrities, you have those in the network. And I said, oh, you're personally sponsored by so-and-so. She says, yeah, and I said, do you guys talk? Like, do you get to talk to her? Do you talk to her on a regular basis? And she goes, no, honestly, I haven't talked to her since she signed me up 2 years ago. But I have access to her. If I need to, I can make an appointment with her assistant. I said, oh, that's great. I said, well, let me just ask you a question. If you got a text message out of the blue from her that just said, hey, I'm really proud of what you've done this year with your team. I just want to let you know that I was thinking about you. And just want to see if there's anything I could do for you today. How would that make you feel? You guys, it was just a conversation. And this person who was very successful in her own right, though she wasn't at the top yet, she was about 3/4 of the way there. She started crying. It means a lot. You guys mean a lot to your teams. So use something like this to stay in touch. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's why we call it Teamzy. Last, follow-ups. Now, my follow-ups are empty. How do I get somebody on my follow-ups? I kind of hinted at this in the beginning. Basically, as we're having conversations with people, we're uncovering interests, we're asking questions, we're looking for an opportunity to invite them to go deeper. When we send an invite, we're going to then put them on our follow-ups list, and we're going to follow up like a pro. So let me just give you a little example. Let's just say Alecia, my friend Alecia, I messaged her, and she seems like she might be pretty good at this. I don't know. So we're talking, and she's really interested in learning more about what I'm doing. And, usually people are actually really interested in the fact that I don't go to work anymore, that I'm home with my family, that I have, I'm my own boss, that I can take care of things like that. And they want to talk more about it. So I'm talking to her, and I said, you know what, Alecia, this is, I think that you might be really great at this. And if you would like to learn a little bit more, we're having an opportunity call event tonight. And if you'd like to just tune in, you can learn all about it. And then I can connect with you tomorrow and see what questions you have. She says, oh, that would be great, Eric. So how do I do that in Teamzy? So I'm going to look her up. Okay. I'm going to look her up right there. That brings me to her record. So here I am on her record now, because she's not on my dashboard anymore, right? I got to look her up. I'm going to click connect. Now this time when I log my thing, instead of just logging it as a connect, I'm going to click invite. See invite here on the bottom left? Now I'm going to say this was an invite specifically to an opportunity call. Okay, great. And I told her I'd email her the link. Now I'm just going to put in like this was an opportunity call. I could paste the email into, it's just a note. Okay, now before I log this, when did I tell her I would follow up with her? Were you guys listening? Tomorrow. And she's a 5-star, which means she's coming back up next in 30 days. So I need to set a follow-up. See right there in the bottom middle? I'm going to set a follow-up for tomorrow. I'm going to take her off auto and put her on tomorrow. Okay. Now when I log the connect, she's on my follow-ups list. So let me show you what that looks like on the dashboard. Notice right there, I've got an invite logged now. See? Okay. Now on my follow-ups list, there she is. She's set for tomorrow. See, it's yellow. It's not due yet. When it's red, it's due today. When it's green, you've got at least 2 days. You don't have to worry about it. Pretty cool, right? Okay. So tomorrow when I come to do my power hour, I'm going to connect with my prospects, my customers. I'm going to connect with my team. And then I'm going to go to my follow-ups list. Right now I've got Alecia, so I need to follow up with her. I'm going to show you how to do it really quick. Then I'm going to teach you guys something really cool. Okay, how to do it without being annoying. You're going to love this. So it's really easy. I'm going to go to scripts. I'm going to go to Facebook. That's what I do. I'm going to find follow-up number 1. By the way, there's 10 follow-ups in here. You can follow up 10 times without thinking. Okay, there's my follow-up. I'm going to copy that script. I'm going to put it in there. The script says, hi, Alecia, just check it in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Okay. And I'm going to send that to her on Facebook. All right, sent, just like we've been doing. Now, before I send it though, I'm going to set the next follow-up so that she stays on my follow-ups list. Okay, I'll set it again for tomorrow, so I'll talk to her. I usually follow up 3 days in a row, and then I'll go every 2 or 3 days after that. Oh, sorry, that was a Facebook message. Log connect. So she's on my follow-ups list again for tomorrow. Okay, real quick, guys, I got to talk to you about this. You guys know that the fortune's in the follow-up. How many of you have heard that and believe it's true? Okay. Did you guys know that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up? Have you heard that? Some of you guys are nodding, so you know I'm not making this up. I love it. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. That's not just in this business, in all businesses. And it's based on human psychology, and I'm going to explain that to you guys in a second. But let me ask you this. How many of you, knowing that and accepting it, how many of you follow up 10 times? Nobody, right? Very few people do this. Why? Well, I know you don't have a system yet like Teamzy, or you wouldn't be here, right? That keeps you organized. But most of you won't do it because you're afraid of being that annoying person, right? You don't want to be annoying, right? Okay. I'm going to teach you in a second how to not be annoying. There is a way to do it and not be annoying where people thank you for it. I'll teach you that. It's really simple. But first and foremost, you need a mindset shift. Do you guys believe this product can change someone's life? Do you believe this opportunity is life-changing? How many of you are here to help people change lives? I mean, after my big speech on my why, you probably are beyond just making $500 a month now, right? You've gone deep with me. If you believe you can change somebody's life with this opportunity, do you have a special way to do it if they don't buy anything? That's the first step, right? And if 80% of them won't make a purchase until you've been followed up more than 7 times, then the only tool that you have to actually help people is following up. Okay? Following up, write this down, guys. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Write it down, put it on your computer screen to remind you of this. If you love people and want to help them, there's only one thing you have that will help them, and that's following up with them, helping them get out of their own way so they can get the help they need. Okay? Not following up communicates that you don't care about them. Now, most people won't follow up more than 3 times. I'm going to show you guys in a second that the vast majority of people will not respond at all to the first 5 or 6 follow-ups. How many of you guys have followed up with somebody that you thought they were really interested and they just didn't respond? And you moved on, right? The vast majority of people won't even respond to 5 or 6. And we think things like this. Well, they don't like me. They don't respect my time. They're not interested. They're a flake. Maybe they've got money problems. They're filled with drama. And I'm here to tell you guys, none of that's true. Now, some of that may have been true, but that's not the reason why people don't follow up. And I'm going to explain it really quick. Well, first, let me just teach you this. I'm going to teach you the 2 principles so you're not annoying, okay? 2 principles so you're not annoying. The first principle is this. Never ask them to do anything on a follow-up. Never ask them to do anything on a follow-up. Don't ask them to call you back. Don't ask them to text you back. Don't ask them to RSVP. Don't ask them to complete their cart purchase. That's annoying. They know what you want them to do. That's why you're following up. You've already given them the call to action. Now you're following up, right? You just need to remind them that you're there. Okay, so don't ask them to do anything. That's the first principle. The second one is this. Your follow-up needs to be in written format, not a voice format. Trust me on this. And it needs to be short enough they can read it on their notification screen without opening the message. Why? You guys do this? They don't want you to know they've seen it because they're not going to respond. And they feel rude if they know you read, if they know they read it and they don't respond. You guys do this. This is how you don't be annoying, because guys, you just need to understand the reason why they're not responding is this. 85% of everything we do as people is run by our subconscious mind. How many of you guys have ever driven into your driveway and you have no idea how you got there? Has it ever happened to you? Isn't it amazing? Your subconscious mind can actually drive your car. You're not even present. You had stoplights, traffic. How did that happen? Your subconscious mind runs the show. Only 15% of what you do is conscious. And it's there. It's designed to protect you. It's designed to keep you safe. It's designed to keep your brain from getting overwhelmed. And what happens when I'm talking to Alecia about this amazing opportunity and she's excited? What is her subconscious mind telling her? I don't think so, girl. This sounds really risky. This is scary. This is not stable. This is not safe. I know you're excited, but don't worry, I'll sabotage you later. We're not doing this. Okay? That's what's happening in everybody's mind. This is why 80% of all sales happen between 7 and 10 follow-ups, guys. You just need to understand this. So what happens? She's excited. I'm going to follow up with her tomorrow. Okay, great. I get on my Teamzy the next morning. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so easy. She was so excited. She really saw the opportunity. And I send her that message. And she gets it. And what happens? She sees it. And it's a nice message, right? There was a lot of psychology in those 2 sentences I shared with you guys. She sees it and she smiles and she says, oh yeah, I'm excited about that opportunity. And what happens? Does her subconscious mind go, no, we're not doing that, squish? No, it does this. Oh my gosh, Alecia, the baby just threw up on the dog. Go handle that. And she's like, oh, I got to respond to Eric. I'll do it later because I got to handle this, whatever happened. The next day I message her again. She's like, oh yeah, what happens? I need to respond, but I can't. It's dinner time. I'll have to do it later. There's always a reason. It's a justifiable, good reason why they can't respond right now. They don't know it's happening, but their subconscious mind is distracting them from it on purpose. If you guys have ever read Mel Robbins' 5-second rule, she talks about this same concept a little differently. The idea that if you don't act on an impulse to do something within 5 seconds, your brain will take it away from you, and that's what's happening. So we send the third message. Again, every time we send a message to them and we follow those 2 rules that I gave you, you're going top of mind and you're putting a smile on their face, even if it's for a second. And every time their subconscious mind will sabotage it in a way that they don't even realize is happening. Around 5 or 6 is when you'll often get your very first response. And the reason why they're able to even respond is because you are literally programming their mind to accept you. Because when they see that message and they smile, they're sending just a little bit of dopamine to the brain and telling it, Eric's okay. His messages are not threatening. This is what's happening, you guys. Now you can go get a degree in psychology or just try this. Just try it tomorrow. And then what happens at 5 or 6, and it's kind of disappointing when it happens, is they say, oh my gosh, Kayla, thank you so much for staying in touch with me. I really appreciate you staying in touch with me. My life has been nuts. And then they'll tell her, first the dog threw up on the baby. And they'll tell you everything that happened in their life that made it crazy. Is our life crazy all the time? Yeah. And then this is the part that drives me nuts is they'll go, I'm going to take a look at that email tonight that you sent me. You're like, tonight? That was 3 weeks ago. I've been following up with you for 3 weeks. You haven't even looked at it yet? But here's the thing. Around 5 or 6 follow-ups is when the conversation actually starts. Because now they're able to look at it. They're able to look at it without their mind taking it away from them. And this is why people buy between 7 and 10, because after 6 or 7, they're starting to be open to it again completely, not just 15% of their brain. Guys, I explained way more than you need to be successful. All you need to do is go to Teamzy, connect with your prospects, connect with your customers, connect with your team, and send the next follow-up to the people on your follow-ups list. That's it. You don't even have to think. Just use the scripts. You can put little emoticons and make them yours and just do it. I explained to you why it works though. That is why you're not getting anywhere with 3 follow-ups. And you're creating this emotional response that people don't like you or they're not interested, they're flaky, that it might not be true. How many of you guys took pursuing before you got into this business? Yeah. I know in my experience, just so you guys know, just to clarify, I'm not a builder in any network right now because I serve all of you guys, so you don't need to worry. But in my case, the best people on my team took more than a year for me to recruit. But it's not like a year was spent recruiting them. It was 15 seconds every 3 months was spent recruiting them. Does that make sense? They come up on Teamzy, boom, I'm in touch. They come up on Teamzy, boom, I'm in touch. They're a little interested. I follow up. Not interested yet? I'll talk to you again in 3 months. You're on my Teamzy list. You can't. And I used to joke. I go, you're in my Teamzy. You cannot escape me. I'll be connecting with you again down the road. Don't worry. And it was like reassuring. They're like, okay, well, good. Makes sense. Okay, so let me finish Alecia off in the system. I followed up now over some good time. She's signed up. How do I finish her off in the system? Again, I'm going to look her up. Thank you, Alecia, for being my guinea pig today. I'm going to log the sale on her record, click sale type, whatever it is. Let's say it's a overachiever. I think it's probably going to be what she would go for, right? I'm going to save that. And look, this doesn't save commission or anything like that. It's just keeping your stats that, hey, I connected this many times and then it resulted in a sale. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just scroll down to member type and I'm going to move her from prospect over to market partner. And then I'm going to put personally sponsored. I've moved her through the process of connecting with her as a prospect, having a conversation, asking questions, looking for wants and needs, ways to help, seeing that she was interested in learning about the business, inviting her to something, and then following up like a pro, loving her through the process. Okay? And you just repeat. Once you get this thing rolling, after about 2 weeks, in the beginning, the first week, you might not get a lot of invites. The second week, you might get a couple. The third week, you're going to get more. Okay? After you've been doing this 3 weeks, you guys are going to be in 30-day free trial. You will have a pretty full pipeline on your follow-ups, and you may take 15 or 20 minutes to do your connects, and you may take another 20, 30 minutes to do your follow-ups. You're still within your power hour, and that's the way it's going to be every day. Does that make sense? You guys will be so organized. You're going to be freaking people out. They're going to be like, wow, you're so on top of things. All right. Let me just turn it over to you guys for questions. If you have questions, just unmute yourself. There's a little microphone icon with a line through it. Just click that and ask, and I'll answer anything.
Hello. Okay, so I have the first question. I won't be shy. I have been working with it for about a week now, and I had some confusion on when I'm logging my connect. Sorry if y'all can hear this. I got a nursing baby watching TV, so it's kind of loud. Okay, so when I'm logging my connects and I have a conversation with these people, like I started a conversation, say, on the 1st. Well, it's now the 7th, and we've been talking every day, but it's still that same thread of communication.
Yeah.
So am I logging that connect as one connect on the original day, or am I logging that connect daily?
I would log it as one connect.
Okay, that's what I've been doing.
Okay. The only time
But then it looks like I haven't done anything and I'm on Messenger all day.
Yeah, because what you're logging in Teamzy are new conversations.
New connects. Okay.
Make sense? So you will be on Messenger a lot. Now, one thing I recommend that you guys do is, you've got your power hour where you're going to be sending messages and doing follow-ups, but you may want to have at least another hour or 2 blocked where you're going to be responding and having conversations. Otherwise,
okay, so keep your power hour as your new connects and your follow-ups, and then the other is just the maintaining of the conversations throughout the day.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'll turn into me.
Good.
You'll turn into me obsessively, compulsively answering everything all day long. And then my wife hurts me and says, time block, dude, you teach this. And I go, you're right. I needed to block it. Right. So in my perfect day, when I still had my job, what I would do is I would get up early before my kids got up, like at the crack of dawn, and I would send my messages. And I don't care if people are asleep. I'm sending them on Facebook Messenger. And every once in a while, somebody would go, you woke me up. I'm like, why don't you need to put your phone on mute, man, when you're sleeping. Come on. And we laugh about it. I don't worry about that. But I would send my messages early. And then I would, during my lunch hour, I would respond to messages at work. And then I had another hour where I would respond to messages like at bedtime, where I would just go in and respond to messages. That's kind of the way I structured it. And then I would because I was working, I would do my team calls at lunch from my office. I'd close the door of my office and pretend I was on a Skype with a client, and I would do my team calls like this with my team at lunch. And they were all at lunch on their little cubicles, wherever they worked, doing the same thing. So anyways, you kind of block your time for it, but you don't need to go back and log the whole conversation in Teamzy, because that's going to bog you down big time. And the thread exists in Messenger or in your text anyways. Make sense? Yeah.
So sorry, I had muted out. Yeah, I was doing that. I was logging every single thing, and I was like, this is taking forever whenever they're responding, because these scripts actually work, you guys. Like, I was not sure. I was like, I don't know, that's kind of simple. And I started doing it, and people were responding left and right, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Oh my gosh, that's amazing that you thought of me. And I'm like, I copied and pasted something, but okay, you know. And so I just continue that conversation with them and start doing like we do our form method, right? And so I started forming them, and those conversations have continued on every day. So what I started doing was putting talked about kids sent video.
Yeah.
So that way it's kind of just a condensed version rather than copying and pasting every single message. So don't get overwhelmed with that, guys.
Yeah. And what I would recommend, Alecia, is when you want to log it again in Teamzy is when you send the invite. So if you send them a video or invite them to something, then I would go in and log, okay, now I invited them and I'm going to put them on my follow-ups list. Now, if they're fully actively communicating with you, like you don't have to go send them a follow-up if you're talking to them all, if you're on a thread that's really active. So, you gotta kind of use a little bit of discernment with it. But you will be feeling overwhelmed. Guys, when you do your 30-day free trial and you use this, I'm going to give you a couple action steps to get the most out of it right now. You'll be a little overwhelmed after 2 or 3 weeks with how many conversations you're having. But I want you guys to understand that's what makes the business fun. Most people are sitting around trying to figure out what to do, writing on a whiteboard. Like, you're going to be talking to people constantly. It's going to build your confidence, because when you have lots of opportunities, you're confident. You can say, okay, you're not ready yet. I'll put you back on the tree. I'll pick you later. That's fine. I've got 10 other people I'm talking to right now. You're not going to say that, but that's what's going on inside. So it just gives you the confidence to do that, so that you're like, okay, it's no big deal. If you're not ready right now, it's great. I'm going to talk to you next month. You're on my team. Make sense? Okay. I'm going to give you guys some action steps real quick before I take the next question, because I don't want to forget this. Where's my presentation? Too many windows open here. All right. Here's your action steps. All right, get your free trial started. Okay, if you don't have that already, get your free trial started, teamzy.com. It's free for 30 days. Okay, if you're already in a free trial and you're liking it, get your subscription set up now so you don't miss a beat when it ends. If you could start a subscription now, you still won't get billed until your 30 days is up. Okay. Don't beep at me, computer. There we go. Choose a 30-day success partner to do the trial with you. Okay, find someone on your team, sideline sister, whatever, someone on your team, 30-day success partner. Hey, let's do this together. Okay, hold each other accountable. What I recommend you do with your success partner is each day when you finish your goal for the day, you're going to get this little message that says 100% you crushed it. You screen grab that and message it over to your partner. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so annoying when you haven't done your Teamzy and your partner has, and they send you that message. Guess what happens? You pick up your phone and you get it done. Okay, and then I'm going to give you a 5-day challenge. A 5-day challenge. This is during your free trial, or if you guys are already a subscriber, do it now. I want you in 5 days connect with 100 people. That's an average of 20 a day, which is the example I showed tonight. I want you to experience physically and emotionally what that kind of momentum feels like. Okay, so 5 days in a row, 20 people. Boom, 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 boom. Just sending those messages out. Now, again, you're going to feel a little overwhelmed with the conversations you're having, but it's going to create a lot of opportunities for you. I just want you guys to know real quick. Right now I'm doing a boot camp. It's the first one that we've done. I've got a few hundred people in there from 24 different networks in this boot camp together. And we're training them each week, and they have specific things they have to do and goals they have to hit. We just finished our very first month. I think we just started week 6. And it was so cool to watch people going, oh my gosh, I'm not getting any sales, but I'm so overwhelmed with conversations. And then as we got near month end, all the posts going, I can't believe it. My best month in the business ever. My best month in the business ever. 3 times my best paycheck ever. Like the 3rd and 4th week. Now, at some point down the road, you guys are welcome to jump in one of these boot camps that we're holding when you're ready for that. But I'm telling you guys right now, this is your free boot camp. 30 days free. Go do it. Okay? You've got everything that you need in you. Here's the system to help you do it. It's not the icky way. This is the friendly way, right? We're building relationships. It's so much fun. So I encourage you guys, go after that free trial and crank it this month. Don't be the person that signs up for the free trial and then next thing you know, you get that your free trial is ending tomorrow message and you're like, oh, okay, this is it. Carpe diem. Okay, any other questions?
I had one.
Go ahead, go for it. I can hear you.
When you talk to somebody new and you just added them maybe to your Facebook account, is there a place to add a new person on Teamzy without like going back through the whole process again?
Yes, that's a great question. Look, I'll show you how to do it. It's super easy, by the way. And Teamzy's mobile, so you can do all this on your phone. Okay, so Tara, here we go. See this little purple guy on the top? Just click him. Added. Cool? Did I get your name right?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Because I wasn't sure if your name was Tara Bryson or if it was Tara Breeson. Just kidding. Because all together on your Zoom. That's how easy it is to add people. And you want to be adding people this way after you've done your first big bulk imports as you meet people, because it also gets you towards your ads goal on a daily basis. Okay?
Okay.
And if you're like me, you'll be irritated if you have a 0 up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
I don't have a question, but I wanted to jump in and like rewind back to what you were saying before about like reaching disconnects. And for a lot of my team, I hear like, I don't want to be annoying. I don't know who to talk to. And I've been using Teamzy for I don't know, probably like 3 days now, and it's taking like all of the pressure off of what happens when I reach out to someone. Like, I think this will help people be less the outcome of conversations, and it will just end up happening organically.
Yeah.
That's what I'm most looking forward to like take that pressure off of people of being like, I don't know who to talk to. I don't know who's interested. It doesn't matter. Like, don't think about it like that. Just talk to people. That's it.
Yep. I agree. And that's, we designed this so that you just send that message, even if you think that person, this is the last person that's going to be interested. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you guys, I told you in the beginning, we want to turn people into advocates. The way I look at it is every person in the world is either going to be a market partner on your team, a customer, or an advocate, or a combination. But even the people who would never use these products and would never consider this business, if you build that relationship with them and you demonstrate your competence and character with them, they will bring people to your business. Whenever you're gonna be on the top of their mind, and they will go, you need to talk to Kayla.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys, I had in my business a real estate agent from Santa Rosa, a good friend of mine. Her name is Shasha. I've known her for years through my real estate coaching. And when I was a Beachbody coach, she jumped in the very first challenge group. She bought, the shakes, and she bought a fitness program. She's like, let's do this, let's work out together. I used to do virtual groups, and she was great. And I said, you're so enthusiastic and great. You should be a Beachbody coach. And she goes, no, I'm here because I love you and I want to support you. And I love what you're doing, but I love my career. I love what I'm doing. I'm just not interested in that. I said, oh, that's great. No big deal. I just want you guys to know that Shasha brought 12 people to my business, qualified customers to me that year. And she did all the work. She was like, she told them all about me. They were like my friends before I even knew who they were. She would introduce them. She'd say, hey, this is my friend Monique. Monique, this is Eric, the guy I was telling you about. Monique is interested in this, this, and this. And I'd be like, hi, nice to meet you. Let's jump on the phone. And they would give me their credit card in the first 10 seconds. She was an absolute advocate. That's what you want to build with people as you build relationships. It doesn't matter if so what I'm telling you is you're right on. Tell your team, even if you don't think they would ever use these products or ever be interested in this, you need to message them and strike up a conversation because they know people who would. And when they see your heart and they see what you're doing, they're going to want to connect people they know to you. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So awesome. All right. Well, here's what we're going to do, Alecia. I'm going to get this recording. Right now, I need to go tuck my kids in. They're waiting for me right now to do our final Bible read so they can go to sleep. I'm going to tuck them in, but I'll get you the recording either later tonight or early in the morning. I'll message that over to you so you'll have it. You can post it for your team. Sound good? All right, you guys, it's been a pleasure being with you tonight. Thank you for taking some time out to learn about Teamzy. Please get your teams into a free trial. We would love to take Monat by storm like we have other networks.
I gotta correct you. I love you, dear, but it's Monat.
It's Monat?
Monat. Modern nature.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So you can say it Monat or Monat. Those of us in the South say Monat, but it's not Monat or anything else.
Okay, well, I'm from California where Spanish is our first language.
Monat or Monat.
Monat. I'm going to say
Monat.
Monat.
It's supposed to be like modern and nature together. Monat.
Monat. Why didn't you correct me
Everybody
in
in
the
the South
beginning?
says Monat, and that's where we're from. Well, where I'm from.
Monat.
Now you'll have it for all the next one.
Can I say it like that?
Monat.
Exactly like that only.
Okay.
Do you guys remember? Okay, I was about to just say God bless you and go to and leave you, but do you guys ever watch Saturday Night Live like way back in the 90s when they they used to do the just by saying the word sassy, your hair follicles are stinging. Do you remember those skits? Say it like this, sassy, and your hair will be so thick. You guys are gonna have to. Okay,
There's a live somewhere in that.
here is your social media tip for tomorrow. Poke fun at your business a touch and get some laughs. Go dig up that skit. It's Mike Myers.
Mike Myers. Okay.
Mike Myers, Saturday Night Live, the sassy shampoo or sassy whatever. Oh my gosh, great. All right, you guys, seriously, thank you for having me. Sorry I butchered the name of your network. Love you guys. God bless you. Have a great night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.